Hi guys, so I just came to talk about finally finishing Good Enough to Eat. And the ending did not make the rest of the book for trying to get through, unfortunately. Sorry about the lighting, it is not sunny out here today, but I digress. So, Good Enough to Eat is supposed to be a paranormal, sapphic, um, kind of contemporary romance, and it was a bit of a slow burn as well, and it was not a fun ride at all. And essentially, it is a bit of a, what would you call it? Um, a love story that starts in AA. And so you are two main characters, Alana and I forgot the other girl's name. That's how much I liked it. Um, yeah, Robin. Here we go. Robin. They meet in AA. Robin has just gotten into AA. She's a vampire, and she just kind of goes in there because she has decided that she no longer wants to drink blood. And Alana has been in AA for almost 2 years. She is actually an alcoholic, and Robin is not. But she wants to, I guess, apply the tenets of AA to her vampirism because she no longer wants to drink human blood because she had a bad experience on the most recent New Year's where she almost killed someone because she, in her mind, lost control. I guess technically she did kind of lose control because she almost killed someone unintentionally. Because I guess she doesn't have the best control of her drinking of blood because she's kind of a young vampire, somewhat. Depending on what their standards of young, it's never really explained upon what is young and what is old by their standards, and that's another issue kind of in the book. Their magic system isn't really kind of gone deeply into, and in each of the lores of either of the characters kind of like paranormal sides, because when we look at Alana as well, when we later find out, because she used to be what is called a djinn, and which is which is another word for genie, but she gave up her djinn status to be a human for a love that she once had, but it later falls apart because she keeps that she used to be a djinn a secret, and it later kind of devolves the relationship because there is a secret that is keeping them apart. Again, she gives up the djinn status, so I don't know why it has to be a big secret, but lo and behold, it is, and then the woman ends up cheating on her, and it derails the relationship and thus becomes the catalyst to her excessive drinking, I guess, and how she ends up in AA because she has her wake up moment. I think because she I don't know, runs over someone's dog or something like that. And then, as I previously said, what Robin's moment was. And so they meet at the AA meeting and they have this, I guess, connection. And so nothing really spectacularly really brings them together. It's just you look interesting, and Alana becomes Robin's sponsor, and they end up forced together because of that status, and she tries to help her through the tenets of AA, and most of the book is spent them kind of having a connection slowly but surely, but a lot of the book is spent on AA stuff. putting through the things of AA, all the rules of AA, trying to work through the program of AA, and it's kind of exhausting. I didn't really come here for AA. I didn't, even if the slow burnness was kind of fine, but it really wasn't even like high tension slow burn. Like, I've had good slow burn. Like, it's not my favorite, but if it's done well, like, I can eat it up. Like, if you've read Boys of Tommen, good slow burn. Like, again, if you've read Joey and Eva's story, oh my gosh, you can be slow burned like crazy there. You know, if you've read, you know, Binding and Keeping 13, slow burn. You know what I mean? There's another story that I've read that has a crazy slow burn where you just are slow burned and you get nothing from the characters' romance at all. You know what I mean? So I can have a slow burn, but this, you get kind of something, you know, they're like glances and, you know, stuff like that, but she's just kind of, there's nothing really that good. So, you know, they go and they're forced together because, again, Alana is Robin's sponsor, and you have those things, and slowly but surely the fact that Robin is a vampire becomes a bit of an issue because, again, she's not really an alcoholic, and so the thing that she's fighting is her need for blood, and she supplements that with fake synthetic blood that this random person makes. And that becomes an issue because at some point or another, she interacts with Alana when she has a... It becomes an issue because of the fact that she is taking away the thing that gives her life and sustenance, and she's again ultimately lying about that fact, and she thinks it is alcohol. And so at some point or another, they have this substance on her person. Alana thinks she has alcohol, some sort of alcohol or something like that, and throws the entire supply of her like blood substitute in the trash. And thus she must starve herself. And I think this is another issue that I have with the book, is because of the fact that you are kind of making, I guess, an allegory between vampires in vampirism and alcoholism. In one sense, I guess you can say it could be the same, the urge, the need, and what in someone's mind could seem like an inevitable need to have something that on one surface to someone can seem like something you want or need that you could essentially go without, and you could find some other essence in life to live without. But in the comparative assessment in life, she is essentially giving up a force that she needs in life. You know, something her body essentially needs, in which, yeah, she can survive in an essence, and in a sense, she is surviving without it to an extent, but she is not the exact same. And you could see that in different instances in the book. Like, she physically exerts herself in like another kind of like a chase scene with another vampire, where she can like be more cognizant of like the physical deficits that she has now that she no longer has the complete capabilities that she used to no longer access to, because she doesn't drink human blood. And then there's also like another random moment in the story where she says something that's never mentioned previously, where she's like, she won't forcibly take human blood. She, you know, which to me sounds like a random lie that was thrown into the book, where she's like, says she's given up all consumption of human blood and all blood in general. There was never any kind of like consensus that she would give like an open like line, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like the same thing where she was like, it was with the analogy of alcoholism, where you can't have bits and pieces, you can only have none. You know what I mean? With using the same thing with alcohol and with the program of AA. You can't have some, you can't have tastes. It's like you do, you'll go off the wagon completely. Which again, I think is kind of why she used that kind of analogy. And put her in AA, but it doesn't, in my mind, work, because it's not, like, alcohol is something people have for a fun thing that can go wrong. A vampire needs the blood to survive. You know, you take it out of your diet, you know, there's deficits in your body, in your system, and you know, the character saw that. You know, once she comparatively looked at, I am using this something similar to blood that it's not, to make up for what I can't give myself because I don't know how to maintain my diet correctly. Because, you know, she also says that, you know, she has a weird relationship with blood where she didn't maintain her eating habits correctly. Like, she would sit there and I don't want to say border, she would starve herself almost, even back when she drank blood, where she would just hold on as long as she could until she was starving. She does the same thing with the synthetic blood, where she just eats, and she doesn't eat until she has to. Whereas you can see when you engage, like when she engages with the other vampires, they eat all the time. Like, they eat every single day. Robin doesn't do that. And even when she drank blood, Robin didn't do that. Like, Robin never maintained like a healthy diet. Never. Like, it's never seen that she ate regularly. And when she has a synthetic blood, she doesn't eat regularly either. Like, she has like 6 bottles, and I don't know if that's like, how does she, like, it sounds like she downs the entire thing. So it sounds like she really eats almost unhealthy, then, which again is another kind of weird relationship with food, even though the blood isn't food, but it kind of gives another misrepresentation of an eating disorder almost, which I feel like I don't feel like it's very healthy, kind of, to kind of add in there as well. Just kind of like sneak a couple of other things. I didn't really double check, because I listened to the audiobook, and audiobooks don't generally come with trigger warnings, so I can't speak for what could have been in the physical book. But I feel like when I kind of picked up just like a light, kind of like simple paranormal reading, I was like, this can be like a fun like time. I feel like this exactly was not that. Like, I wanted just like fun, sexy. That was it. That's all I was really looking for. Fun, sexy time. This was not fun and sexy. This was like a lot of effort with no payoff. But basically, she has to basically, again, starve until the starvation is too much, and she just has to like attack someone. She luckily doesn't starve. She doesn't harm this person completely. But it's misinterpreted in this interaction because it happens to be Alana's neighbor, as her going off on like a, you know, because like she went and had like a bender, because at first she was completely in, like, she looked like she was in a state of withdrawal because she was with Alana, and before she attacked this person, so it seemed like she was in a state of withdrawal, and then and so it again creates like another weird miscommunication where they think that someone has gone off and started drinking, fell off again. It doesn't really go too much of anywhere. She just kind of thinks she falls off the wagon, and there's like another one of the same kind of miscommunications with Alana as well, with again the same kind of magical mishap with Alana's former genie bottle, where her friend is like, yeah, maybe you could become a genie again, and she happened to have brought out her genie bottle, and Robin sees it, and instantly they fight over the bottle, and Robin shatters it and throws it, you know, well, she throws it in the trash, and the bottle gets shattered to a million pieces, and because she thinks it looks like some pretty high-end bottle that she saw in a bar or something like that. Like, I don't know, like the representation of that seems really weird, because I'm like, if it was a bottle that you probably lived in or someone like it seems weird that you would come into someone's house, see it, and want to throw it in the trash instantly and not ask any questions. It seems weird. Like, I just thought you were drinking again or something like that. It's all of it seemed really weird to me. Again, their relationship is kind of like progressing, but again, they haven't really gone anywhere. There's not any spice or anything. They don't even think they've kissed or anything at that point either. Again, super slow. And at that point, the book is getting close to being over. Still, I thought you could have communicated. No one could communicate. You're just throwing people's stuff in the trash. And they're having weird altercations with other outside sources, you know, with their families. Well, let me rephrase that. With Robin's family, specifically, is really against her not eating, and she has like a weird relationship with a friend and her parents who are like really against it and want to report her to their higher up clan members. Again, that weird side plot where, you know, inevitably it becomes such a big crime that Robin doesn't want to drink human blood, that it's like the crux climactic issue that they send people after her. Don't know what that's supposed to do, don't know what that's supposed to mean, or she's going to be excommunicated forever and thrown out of their clan. I don't know what to do with that. I really don't. It doesn't go anywhere. But you finally get to the moment where they like eventually are gonna have their identities kind of so-called revealed, and it gets revealed like when they finally do get like spicy, because like Robin accidentally bites Alana, but it doesn't work because like she has this remnant of energy in her body that repels that Alana has this like energy that's in her body that repels her, that keeps her from being able to puncture her skin. And like it turns into this whole like everyone's mad at everybody. It's like, oh, you lied, you're not really a vampire, you're like, everyone's mad at everyone. But in reality, it's kind of like everyone lied. You all lied. You were not just a human. You were not just a human. How does no one know that everyone was a paranormal person? Everyone's like, oh my god, everyone's mad. It all seems stupid. I'm gonna be honest. It all just seemed stupid. I thought the entire time they all seemed stupid. When Alana met her family and just thought that they were a bunch of druggies who were bringing around drugged people, when they really just brought around a girl who was, you know, in thrall, that they wanted to eat, and Alana was just being stupid. I thought she was just being stupid, and her friend had to be like, hey girl, her parents got some energy, you should not go and yell at them. I was like, that's all you got? You're like really old genies, like hundreds of years old genies, and you literally know what their kind are, but that's all you got for information? That's all you got. And that's it. Nothing else comes from it. Nothing. They eventually come to the book comes to an end with, you know, Robin being kicked out of her clan. They decide to be together. And then in the epilogue, she gets her like 6-month being sober pin, which I'm sure someone in the book who was working with this was like, this is going to be a really great ending for this book. She got 6 months sober. Girl, you are not sober. But sure, 6 months of not drinking alcohol. Yep. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and then at the end, it said, hey, now that you're finished with this book, do you want an extra 40 minutes of bonus content? No. No, I don't. I had to force myself to read the last, like, 2 chapters of this book. No, I don't. Mm-mm. No, I didn't. I refused. The spice was horrible. It, I'm, and it was horrible in the weirdest way. Like, I get it. Not everybody can write content. You don't even have to. I would have, I'm gonna be honest, you could have fade to black. I would have preferred fade to black at that point, because I'm not even gonna get you at the horribleness because it was quirky and awkward. I'm gonna get you at the fact that it was like, weird. It was just weird. It was weird. It was like, I kissed you, and then I touched you, and then you were like, what? Is this what you think? Is this? It was like two straight people, but then you took away the other one's genitals, and then you were like, it's probably the same. Two women and a woman and a man. I'm sure it's the same. I'm sure it's the same. I think probably. Yeah. That's what the vibe I got. It was a contemporary romance that I think forgot it had any magical characters. Yeah. Yeah. But if you want to give it a ride for yourself, give it a little taste, take a bite out of that all your own. Let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed it, or if you read it, subscribe, like, send me a comment, and have a great day. All right. Bye.